Alright, so what we've got here is an Aiwa AM/FM stereo radio receiver. Now, I'm not sure why they call it a stereo receiver, because it is stereo and it does receive radio, but it's more of a clock or a bookshelf stereo than it is an actual stereo receiver, which usually comes in a form factor similar to this. It's not exactly the same, because obviously this is a CD changer, not a stereo receiver, but usually it doesn't come in this kind of a form factor. If we take a look at the display, you can see it's probably seen better days. It looks like I don't know if the matrix is dissolving or if somebody just abused it. But it does still work, so that's not an issue. So you got buttons for sleep, alarm off, setting, and there's our dial. This is for all of the various... It has a buzzer. I'm going to have to try that out and see how good that is. It does have a line input. I just keep it on FM, FM though. Tone control should be more to the middle, which is how I like it. And a volume control, which I'm going to turn all the way off for now. Dirty controls a little bit. There's the tuning knob. Both speakers are here, and they're in decent condition. You can see the size of the speaker in there is actually kind of pathetic, but these are rather modern looking for stereo receiver. I could take the back off, but I don't really want to. Not right now anyways. Let's take a look at the back of the actual unit itself. There's some scuffing up here, but overall it's in pretty damn good condition for what it is. This is coming off, so I might just take that off at $4.99 sticker, because it's no exchange anyways, so who cares. You can see we've got a connection for 300 ohm FM antenna, that's a loop, and 75 ohm twin lead, which is what I've got connected right now. There's AM here. I'm not quite sure how that would work, but I don't profess to being a big radio guy. I mostly deal with clock radios, so. Stereo and mono FM reception. There's the speaker connection, 4 ohm. So I guess you could use any 4 ohm speaker with that, as long as it uses speaker wire. There is a line input in there. I have no idea if it works. There's our AC power cord. There's some more information. And there is a voltage selector as well, between 110 and 120 and 220 to 240 for those of you who are in the UK and are using a different voltage than what we have here in North America and in other places around the world as well. So, this is just going to be a quick video, so we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Have a little bit of a run up. We'll see if I can plug it in. I'm going to need 2 hands for it though. Okay, now that it's plugged in, I will turn the light on in a minute, but you can see that's what the display looks like. I think it's supposed to have 2 bulbs lighting it up, 2 grain of sand bulbs, but I'm not quite sure on that. One of them is very definitely burnt out if that's the case, but maybe it's just a backlit LCD, I don't know, it's just getting old. Okay, I know that I've made a couple contradictory statements about, oh, it's old, but, oh, it's too, what did I say? I said it was too new for something, or too new for good speakers, but these aren't bad speakers. These, I would say, are maybe generously about 2.5 inch, maybe 3 inch speakers. But they don't sound too bad for a bookshelf stereo. So let's go ahead and fire it up on the... Well, I'll go ahead and set the time. How about that? Time set. I'm not quite sure how that works. You know what? Let's set the alarm off first. An OPE light comes on. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. But hopefully I don't get blasted out of my ears when this goes off. So there you go. That's what it sounds like. It's not volume controlled. It doesn't have a snooze button. I just noticed that. Heh. Oops. That was the radio. It's very loud. You can probably tell. That's the radio. I need to set this up nicer than I have in order to get good reception. Just gonna go through the band here.
Well, for about 3 months, Albert Ellis walked in and out of that laboratory. And finally, curiosity just took him over his, I gotta test it. He chipped off a piece, and it was the richest phosphate ore ever assayed.
I have it in stereo mode right now. Let's go ahead and shift it to mono. Where's the switch? You probably won't be able to tell on this. I'm going to have to do another demonstration. I forgot that this only has a mono microphone. Well, I could do another demo. I don't mind. This can get very loud. It might be a little bit better reception in mono mode, because I know that the pocket stereo is like that.
Yeah? So the fellow is so funny. That's what his superior cat is. Funny. The Lord funny.
You know, I was going to mention something about the... While this is quiet, I was going to mention something about the volume control being dirty. Did that seriously just say what I think it did? Totally not family friendly, but... Anyways. It doesn't seem to be as dirty as I thought. Maybe using it has actually fixed it. You can tell that the tuning dial is a little bit off there, because that's 101.1. That should be more so past this point. So I'm probably going to have to look into that. I wonder what that is. I'm not sure if there's anything else on the dial here. On A of FM. Yeah, I don't... There's nothing else. Okay. So let's go ahead and shift it over to AM and see what happens. So there's 1310, I believe.
Gives up the big hit, and it is 4-2 Dodgers. what happens if it was a Laker game?
That should be
and the
1200.
seats were on the floor and it was an important game like that, of course.
I'm receiving something here. It's not 580. Just ever so slightly. Just doing a little bit of DXing live on the video. There was something else. It's not 580. There's a couple of things in this area.
And the Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from the Mets, improving to 27-24. Selector, the left lane blocks with maintenance, so you won't find it bunching up.
I wonder if that... I don't think that's 580. That's a station from Toronto because I can tell they're talking about Highway 401. So.
Whose son is Jesus Christ.
Now we're doing a little bit of DXing live on video. Too bad I don't know what any of these stations are. This is 580 right here.
He lost control of it on the slick.
There's something else. Alright, I think there isn't anything else on the band. So, I could try the line input. But I think I'm going to call that quits for this video. So, there you go. There's your Aiwa stereo. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this, and we're going to take a look at this display. Alright, I just realized I cannot leave the light off because otherwise you won't be able to see what I want to show you. So, let's go ahead and unplug it. And you may have noticed that the light's turned off, but it's still running. Look at this. So I believe that it's actually got a supercapacitor in it because I didn't see any positions for batteries. I might need to take it apart and make sure that there are no batteries inside that are going to leak and cause problems. But I believe this is totally working. None of this works, which is obvious, because I don't think any of that should work if the unit's got no power. Okay, looks like it might be having some trouble counting right now. Or maybe that's just my angle that I was at. So, alright. I think that's pretty much it.